more makeup is not going to make you prettier. Hey there, my handsome and little Cobras, and welcome back to the Cobra's Nest. For those of you who are new, my name is Mignon Cobra and I make minimalism videos. So today's minimalism video is going to be 9 harsh, extreme minimalism money tips, or just like minimalism in general to kind of help you win this year, stop being stupid with your money and accumulating clutter. So yeah, these are kind of like harsh and mean, but I was like, I think you guys could enjoy these. So, okay, all right, so coming in at number 1, are you a millionaire? Why are you spending so recklessly? Obviously, this is no shade to anyone. These are just like generic tips that I thought of that like sometimes I give myself tough love and I figured this could help somebody else out. But yeah, sometimes when I look at like how the well-to-do live and then I try to emulate it and like I buy stuff, but it's like, you're not them. Why do you spend like them? Or when I see these like really rich influencers with like their Birkins and their Van Cleefs, I think to myself, me too. And obviously I'm in my Delulu era, so I do think that that is possible for me. But this is an extreme minimalism tip kind of video. So if you're not a millionaire, why are you spending like one? Okay, coming in at number 2, stop treating yourself. So apparently this is a Gen Z issue. I'm a millennial. So apparently Gen Z has a bad, habit with treating themselves. Like they have managed to figure out how to elevate every single little thing into like little treats, and they're part of like treat culture. I mean, like I don't blame them. Every time I go out with Will to run errands, I expect a treat. So I get it, like I get the vibes, but we're here to parent yourself, so no treats. Like you really need to stop. You don't need a treat every time you go out. I just feel so hypocritical because like I always want a treat when I go out. But we are in our tough love era, so no more treats, no more going to Timmy's, no more getting Timbits, no more going to Starbucks, no more. I have no clue. I don't live in the US. What do you guys do for treats in the US? I have no idea. Whatever it is, you go for a treat, no more. That season is done. We're in a season of no. Okay, coming in at number 3, no emergency fund? How embarrassing for you. So these are obviously like harsh, brutal tips, and obviously I never want to make light of anyone's financial situation. I know it's not easy to have an emergency fund, but I know you guys are here for the tough love, and I did fully disclaimer, this video is tough love. So if you don't have an emergency fund, like what are you doing? Obviously, this is not talking about people who have extreme circumstantial emergency situations. We're not talking about that. We're just talking about, you know who you are. You should have an emergency fund and you don't, because you blow all your money on clothes and other stupid stuff and eating out. So if you don't have an emergency fund, what are you doing? Okay, coming in at number 4, why do you keep buying so much makeup? And obviously I'm speaking to my girlies here, or even my guys. Actually, it's 2025, anyone can wear makeup. But yeah, why do you keep buying so much makeup? And this is obviously something that comes from someone who has a lot of personal experience with that. I love spending money on makeup. That's my favorite thing to buy. And the advice I had to give myself during my recovery, my makeup addiction, my makeup rehab, was telling myself, more makeup is not going to make you prettier. Let me say that real loud for those in the back. More makeup is not going to make you prettier. I know that's like super devastating, because if you think about it, that's the implicit idea about why we buy so much makeup. We're treating ourselves, and I gotta buy into pretty privilege and blah 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 blah. And like, don't get me wrong, you can definitely fake it till you make it, the power of makeup, like we've all seen those kind of videos. But I think the underlying principle is that makeup isn't going to transform your face, at least not permanently. So I think sometimes it might be either better to develop some self-love, love your own face as it is, maybe consider some enhancements if that is something that's been irking you, or just get off the hamster wheel of constantly buying makeup. Another 10th lippy is not going to give you full lips. I'm like totally outing myself on this one. Okay, coming in at number 5. So your credit card isn't free money. So obviously, as somebody who, I'll be honest, I actually never had this issue. I know credit cards are not free money. Like I am fully aware they're not free money, and it hurts me every time I swipe my card and I'm like, I have to like pay my bill at the end of the month. This sucks. I hate it. So I don't have that issue, but I have seen it on these finance channels because your girl is obsessed with money and finance. I always see this tip. A lot of people get into financial debt because they think that their credit cards are free money. And like, I can understand the concept. You feel like it's free because it's unlimited and you just swipe it and it will still swipe even if you have no money in the bank. So I totally get it. But this is like your friendly reminder to remind you that your credit card is not free money. You really should be using your credit card like it's cash. Like you shouldn't spend money you don't have, and you should be using it to accumulate points to like maybe go on a holiday or like do something with the points. But your credit card is by no means free money, regardless of what you tell yourself, okay? I know like hashtag girl math, I know that's really popular with the young gen. It's not free money. If you needed somebody to tell it to you, I'll be the one. it's not free money and you need to stop acting like it's free money. Okay, coming in at number 6. You still have Spotify? And when I say Spotify, I'm talking about all of these like online subscriptions, plug in whatever online subscription you want in place of Spotify. I just say Spotify because like I don't have any subscriptions whatsoever of any kind, like YouTube, Spotify, Hulu, Disney. So I don't even know what's out there. Like I'm clearly out of the loop. So sub in whatever subscription. Yeah, if you have like, let's just say like more than 3, like what are you doing? Like this is your wake up call. Like you need to like seriously wake up and figure out like why do you have so many? Do you have that much free time? Is that how that works? Free time? And you have time to go on these programs? I have no clue. But as somebody who doesn't pay for any of them, I have saved so much money. There's a lot of free things. Like freaking YouTube is free. Like how did you figure out a way to spend money on a subscription? So no hate to anyone who has one. If you think it's justified, like don't listen to me. But if you're here for the tough love, get rid of like half of your subscriptions. Like you don't need it. It's a nice to have, but you don't need it. Okay, coming in at number 7, house decor. So obviously like this is like left over from my extreme minimalism days. I am not a big advocate for like house decor. I feel like your junk, the things you buy are already enough clutter in your house. Like you don't need to intentionally buy something to clutter your house up with some more. So that's my own personal opinion. Yeah, I think some house decor is cute, but if like that's your shtick and you like buying house decor, that's a lot of wasted money to just like gather like dust on your shelves. So obviously like I always feel so weird giving people advice because like I don't like giving advice if I'm completely honest, but I will give that advice. Just get off the house cord kick. I don't think it's making your house look any better. I really do think it's making your house look cluttered. You already have enough. Whatever you have, love it, enjoy it, cherish it, but stop going to Winners to buy house stuff. Like you're good. Like you're good. Okay, coming in at number 8, health insurance. I think this one is pretty extreme. So let me preface this. This is not an idea I got. I got this from Mr. Money Stash. He says that if you are healthy, you don't need to pay for health insurance. So obviously this is extremely controversial. So I'm going to give you the tip because he gave the tip, not because of me personally. Full disclaimer, I am not an accountant. I am not a doctor. I can't give any medical advice about health insurance. If you want health insurance, have it. But Mr. Money Stash says don't have health insurance. Just be healthy. Stop eating so much processed food. Stop smoking. Stop drinking. Stop eating like processed foods, start exercising, stop taking your car everywhere, and actually be healthy. Probably won't need health insurance. I'm also kind of biased. I live in Canada, so as a Canadian, I have access to healthcare. So maybe this is extremely tone deaf, especially if you live in the US. I just will throw that out there because Mr. Money Stash is like, don't bother with health insurance. So I too will not. And from what I've heard, like on a real note, it seems like a lot of people are like, by the time you need health insurance, it doesn't cover as much as you thought that it would. Better off just putting the money aside and paying for what you need when you need it. The health insurance only covers a portion. It's a lot of wasted money. I don't know. I think it's a pretty controversial tip, but I figured I'd put that in there. Okay, and then coming in at number 9, still have pets. And I always mention this one at the end of all of these lists. I don't have pets. Like I babysit like my husband's like siblings' pets. Like they have dogs and they have cats and we babysit them. But like, and like we had pets before. I've had a cat. I had an orange tabby. I had 2 dogs when I was living at my mom's, and I had a hamster when I lived in China. So like, don't get me wrong. Like I love pets. Like I love animals. With that being said though, those vet bills are extremely, extremely expensive. So maybe if you want to enjoy like a pet vibe, be the official babysitter for your friends and baby pet. Is that what it is? Babysit, baby pet, babysit your friends' pets. But you don't need a pet of your own. Now, obviously, the only disclaimer here is if it can go against your taxes and it's like a comfort animal, like a anxiety animal you can tax right off. Okay, fine, get a pet. Like, I'm not here judging anyone who has like social anxiety issues and needs a pet. Like, I get it. Like, I would love to just have a pet. I don't even have social anxiety issues. I just love having a pet. But with that being said, pets are really expensive. And so if you don't have a pet and you're thinking of getting a pet, you should really take into consideration that they are not cheap. They are very, very, very expensive. Both lifestyle wise, you can't travel, you got to come home from work, and the vet bills, like you would want the best for your pet, right? Like don't cheap out on your pet. Like that's just morally, I don't know, that seems morally incorrect. So I hope that you guys could have enjoyed these tough little money tips. These are just for fun. They're just to like entertain and like give you some ideas. They're nothing serious. Like if you need health insurance, I think you should get health insurance. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.